I really believe that, I'm gonna get in trouble here. I think that, I think if you learn how to value yourself and value other people, then you'll treat them. You don't have to be in physical proximity to people in order to respect human people. It's something you learn in your home. I had this debate with Julius Chambers, the late Julius. He was a black PhD from Harvard, and we were debating. I left the civil rights movement on the issue of force busting for integration. I do not believe that integration is the opposite. I believe that segregation, the opposite of segregation, is not integration. I believe it is desegregation. And pluralism is our goal. I want to be able to go to a black church without feeling as if I'm segregating myself. I do this by choice. And so Julius Chambers and I were debating school busing, which I thought was terrible. Because if you accept the notion that integration is, it means that anything is all black is all bad. Yes. And so I said to Julius, Julius, we have two situations. We have school A, that's all black, where there's a presence of educational excellence. Yeah. And school B, that's integrated, where there's diminished excellence. Where should we send our children? He said, to school B. I said, then this debate is over. Amen. I think what you ought to do is develop competence. And if you develop something that's competence, it will attract people who want to do it. I have a friend who started, Margaret Collins, the East Side Academy in Chicago. A disaffected public school teacher, started an academy. She only took kids that the public school failed. Whites were driving in from the suburbs, bringing their children that were failing in schools who had learning disabilities, because Margaret Collins, if she was able to teach children in the midst of these toxic communities, they had something that, she had something they wanted. And so integration was a byproduct of competence. And so if we come, and I believe people learn to respect one another when they're doing some worthwhile chore together. Let us work together on helping somebody in need. And then in that work, we will develop respect for one another. But just coming together to sit down over dinner and light candles and sing Kumbaya doesn't get it from me.
All due respect, I didn't say
you meant
No. All due respect, you're skirting a little bit. All due respect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well then tell me how it is.
So the issue is about how do you have the conversation. In fact, in your book, you cite at least one example early where you say there's someone who's different from you, but you have a relationship.
Yeah.
All I'm asking directly is, I'm not looking for a kumbaya, I'm not a kumbaya guy. But I am a guy who's earned a reputation in Fairfield County for pulling desperate people together and working for a common vision. So I'm just saying, how do you begin to have a conversation?
I think, okay, the way you begin it, I think, first of all, if someone doesn't feel as if we come together as peers, not as someone expecting an apology. And that, in other words, as long as we continue to define ourselves as being oppressor and oppressed, that is not going to lead to any kind of conversation. We can't put the framework out there that because of what happened some hundreds of years ago, everybody who looks white is therefore guilty of this, and anyone who's black is a victim. You can't set the table like that. We've got to say that we need to come together as people of goodwill to talk about how can we accomplish something that is beyond both of us. So I just think it's important.
And you know, Mr. Woodson, and that's exactly what we're not doing.
Right, you're right.
That's exactly what we're not doing. I'm going to guess that you know who Howard Thurman, the black theologian Howard Thurman, wrote extensively about meeting other folks and finding a common place
Yes.
where you could let your breastplate down and come to an understanding of someone's perspective, which is quite different than saying, I must agree with you.
Right.
Bill Buckley did that very successfully. Talked to all kinds of people. Interviewed Muhammad Ali. I mean, I'm gonna guess you couldn't get two more different cats in the same area to have a conversation, but yet they did. I appreciate your answer very much. I really do on that.
But let me just say that when I said I think there are a variety of ways that we can do it, and I'm not saying that there's a good or bad way. I'm just saying that I'm talking about the attitude that we must have when we come together. I want an authentic relationship. I don't want anybody coming to me feeling guilty about anything, or somehow they owe me something, or they have to be careful about how they talk to me.
Oh, amen.
You know, I hate that. I mean, I don't know if I can say that. Why not?
Well, you know, when you have a real relationship, they say it will still be there if you have a real conversation. My wife, Melissa, has a lot of real conversations. Some of the folks here know her. She's keeping it real. But yes, they're hard conversations, and you hopefully you grow, right? Because I think that's really what you want for America, is that we grow.
We really do.